Hello and welcome to Stargazing, a show that brings you up close and personal with your favourite stars of reggae and dancehall music, Jamaican popular culture and people who've impacted society in a big way. I am Shaun Cain. In this edition of the show, we'll speak with a music selector, stroke DJ, who's been one of the biggest international ambassadors of our musical heritage. Let's take a look. There are many Jamaicans who are so proud of their cultural heritage that they have dedicated their lives to sharing it with the world. One Jamaican who has been travelling the world and playing reggae and dancehall music is Andrew Fresh, the Fresh Kid. Andrew Fresh, whose real name is Andrew Taylor, was born and raised in Lucky Valley near Bog Walk in St. Catherine. He spent his entire life surrounded by music. His father owned a sound system named Hollywood, which was regularly booked to play at various events and venues across the country. Every time his father settled down to prepare his playlists, Andrew Fresh would be present, keenly observing and trying to fathom the logic of the order in which the records were organized. Sometimes he would ask his father to explain the rationale. After watching the musical master at work for a while, the penny suddenly dropped. At a very young age, Andrew Fresh started practicing how to spin records when no one was at home. He learned how to cue the records, put the needle on the vinyl, and safely remove it at the end of each song. As he did this, his passion for selecting and spinning records was ignited. Andrew Fresh's father soon realized that his son had a special talent for playing music with an unrivaled energy and vibe that kept people wanting to hear more and more of his selections. This eventually saw Andrew Fresh become a staple on the sound system's official list of selectors at the age of 11. Although his height at the time threatened to curtail his DJing career, innovative ways were introduced to ensure that he lived his passion, which allowed the patrons to revel in his musical dexterity. A special hop-hop step was built so that Andrew Fresh could access the turntables and mixing consoles to create and deliver his musical magic. After years of playing music in Jamaica, Andrew Fresh emigrated to London in the United Kingdom, where he continued his DJing exploits. He subsequently joined one of the city's biggest sound systems, Lord Gellies, which started in the mid to late 1970s in the English capital. In his efforts to add value to the Lord Gellies brand, the young Jamaican introduced dub specials and commissioned a number of popular entertainers to create unique recordings that would strengthen the sound system's popularity and crowd-pulling capabilities. Lord Gellies' music machine reigned supreme throughout the UK for a very long time. Andrew Fresh has played music in world-famous party hotspots such as Ibiza, Lanzarote, Ayia Napa, Canada, America, and his native Jamaica, among other locations. And even after 3 decades of DJing, Andrew Fresh is still at the top of his game. The St. Catherine native can't wait for the restrictions imposed on the entertainment industry due to the coronavirus pandemic to be lifted so that he can touch road again. Welcome back. Andrew Fresh Kid, wagwan sir.
Wagwan Shaun, everything good?
Well, it's all good, man. We survived the coronavirus and all them things, you know. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm surviving also. So that's the most important
well,
thing.
Everybody's surviving.
Yeah,
so, you know, we can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Blessings, man. But you know what, Andrew? You've been sharing our reggae and dancehall musical heritage across the world. Sometimes I see where you post pictures and even videos on social media of you serving up great music in terms of reggae in places like Ayanapa, Ibiza, Canada, America, and even Jamaica and other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to change your selection and your playing approach when you go to different places?
Yes, it all depends where you go to. As I said, sometimes it all depends on the audience you're playing to. It all depends on the age group. It all depends. So
It all depends.
Yeah. Age group.
Well, how do you decide though? Because I would imagine that's probably a nightmare. How do you decide what to play where?
Well, as I said, when you go to the venue, or even before, sometimes the promoter might give you an heads up of what type of audience you're expecting to play to. So if I'm going to play to a predominant or maybe black culture or something like that, then I'll know what to do. If it's a mixture, maybe black, white, then as I said, you know what to do. If it's a young age group or maybe middle age, older age, then over the years you have gathered experience. So you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's based on
you know how to mix it up.
Yeah. Experience
to make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah. Experience does a lot still.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, watching the crowd as well and see how they react.
Yeah, man,
you
definitely.
kind of know that, they're feeling this or they're not. So let me just switch up a little bit and see how they react.
That's what I'm
saying. When you find the sweet spot, you see everybody happy, then you just stick there for a little while.
Definitely. That's where experience comes into play. Most times.
Well, it sounds like I could take away your job in on. Anyway, I won't try it because I know that there's a lot more to it than just that.
No, but you can't try, nothing done. So you never know.
Well, that's true as well. You see, you're at the top of your game, Andrew, as a music selector. How did you get into this business of selecting music and entertaining people all around the world?
Well, it started back in Jamaica, St. Catherine. To be precise, to be exact, a place called Lucky Valley, a sound called Hollywood. That's my father's sound system. My father back in the 50s, 60s. Yeah, so that's where it all started. Back in Jamaica, my father's sound system. I actually grew up around sound systems, so that's where it started, yeah.
Can you remember the very first time you put a record on the turntable?
Me?
How you felt about that? Do you remember?
Well, if you're talking about professionally,
yes,
I'm sure that's over 30 years, definitely. But if you're talking about the first time, I can't remember because it started in my house, in my yard, really, because we are grew up in Jamaica. Basically, as I said, my dad have a sound system, so like they usually keep dances like every Christmas. You guarantee you'll be keeping a dance Christmas night, maybe Boxing night. So if you're talking about in my yard, I can't remember, but professionally, I would say maybe about 33 years.
33 years ago. Very, very good, man. And so how did people react if the memory still is strong? How did people respond to you playing that time?
Well, as I can remember, first, rest in peace to my mom, rest in peace to my dad. My mom never really liked it because that time I'm going to like Charlie Mount High School and my dad usually like take me to the party. They usually put me to sleep in the van. Then when it's time to go and play music, they'll come and wake me up and trust me, and people usually fascinated to see this little boy stand up and road dance, stand up on that music. so you usually find that people gather around to really see what's going on. So from remembrance, it was quite good still. People usually fascinated to see a little boy stand up and play music,
Right. So did they have to get a few of them drink crates to put you on to kind of get you up to the level?
Definitely. Because as I said, you're a little boy and you have to, they normally get the drinks crate and you stand up around it and people gather around, and trust me, them time people usually watch selector play music. It's not like now, as I said back in the days, them time, as a little boy, people come around and, So it was a nice experience still. I
can imagine how much you were in your element, man. So dad was the one who broke you out then?
Yeah, but definitely. My dad and my brothers, because I've got like my older brothers, so they were also definitely a part of my, definitely, But my
Well, it
dad,
was all about personal development, and that was just ensuring that, well, at least, you had something that you could live off. And look, it's carrying on still. So, although they're resting in peace now, and I'm sure they're looking down on you and being so proud, even mom didn't like it, but she can see how much you've learned now and how people are being entertained and how much you make people happy by
Yeah,
bringing
man.
all this kind of merriment to people's lives.
Yeah, definitely. After that time, my mom did grow to accept it still, because I was the one from a little boy putting food on the table. So
Wow.
she did happy with it after a time still.
Yeah, well, that's good then, because she, after a while, she could see that, well, this thing is really making a good contribution to the household.
Yeah,
So
man, definitely.
I would imagine that she would encourage it.
Yeah, man, definitely. As I said, it was made a major contribution, as I said, towards the household. So after a time, she did accept it.
Yeah, more blessings to you, man, for making such a big contribution and for proving yourselves to them that
Yeah.
you were of worth. Most parents would say, "Boy, you're worthless. You now come to nothing," but they
I
could see
know.
that you were of worth. You were
I
able
know.
to earn money.
As I said, they could spot the talent from an early age
Yes.
still, yeah.
That's very good, man. But you know what, Andrew? There are many DJs or music selectors out there right now, but very few get to the very top of the business and manage to stay there. You are one of them. What's the trick? What's the strategy to staying at the top of the game?
Well, there's a simple word called evolution or evolve or anything you want to say. Basically, you have to just move with the time.
Yes.
So I'm not too old to even listen to the kids, if you get what I'm saying. There was time when I phoned my little son or even my daughter and asked them what are the music in their age group that doing things that taking the place, and they'll send a list of stuff to me. So even the kids, as an elder, I've listened to the kids. So even time when I go to like christening, you find that the kids will come around and request songs that you don't even know about. And then, but because it's modern time now, you've got your Wi-Fi, so you go on YouTube, search for that song and play it, and then that song don't become a part of your playlist.
Right, because as soon as you finish that event, you make sure that you go and find that.
I know.
Yes. Yes.
So
Well,
it's just evolve with time still.
right. And in terms of keeping your collection up to date, I know that you say you kind of consult with your kids who are much younger, more probably up to date with what the younger people are listening to. But in terms of you collecting your music, the money side of things, how do you keep up with that? That must be an expensive process.
Well, to be honest, as I said, when you're top of the games, you've got like even the producers send songs over to you. Like you'll wake up and you'll see like loads of songs in your email, and plus, I've also like to like the top artists. I like to like subscribe to their YouTube channel, so you'll get the notification when the new songs come in and stuff like that. So that's how I normally do it still.
Right. Well, no, I know them because I've got a new label that we just started, Star Status International Records. So now I know I have to hunt down your email to make sure that I kind of send a few over to you.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to
Yes.
tell me also in advance, because I've got like sometimes I wake up to like
Yes.
1,000 emails
Yes.
of different artists sending over tracks, and you can't really go through all of them.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can just imagine. Yeah. So, you have to be notified so you can look out for it.
Yeah, but definitely.
Yeah, good. Now, I want to find out how you view the trend in the global attractiveness of reggae music. Do you get the feeling that its popularity is growing in different parts of the world where you have been lucky enough to practice your trade?
Yeah, because as I said, all right, say for example, you go back to Jamaica. We're living in England now, but you go back to Jamaica, you see like the Japanese, the European, everyone want to learn the culture. So basically, as I said, if they want to learn the culture, that means there must be something going on for them to even come into Jamaica to try to learn you understand? So it's a good feeling still. It's definitely a good feeling.
That's very nice that our culture it continues to grow and people are embracing it in different parts
Yeah,
of the
but the
world.
Japanese, they're taking it over. Even the Europeans, they're taking it over.
Yeah, they're
sooner or
feeling the
later,
positive
maybe-
vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely maybe sooner or later we don't even have it for ourselves, you know. No?
Wow, that is a bit troubling. That's a bit troubling, but I'm sure we'll have to see to that to ensure that it remains truly ours.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. But you've been in the business for a number of years. What are some of the major changes that you've observed in this reggae dancehall space? It might be different artists coming on stream. It might be the sound of the music, because I know trap reggae is a big thing now. Some people like it, some don't. But what are some of the changes that you've observed over the years?
Well, as I said, the changes which I've observed really is that, all right, say for example, in the past, you usually have like evil songs that we usually say, they usually have not fit for airplay at the radio when we were growing up in Jamaica. To me right now, those songs are like Christian songs compared to the songs that are putting out now. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So basically those are some of these changes. Plus like the artists, to me, the artists them now that are singing songs, to me it's more personal than like at first. In the past, it usually be like more of a storyline. People usually tell story. Now, it's just getting personal. Artists singing about guns, stuff like that, and actually telling you their life story, which, boy.
Yes, which is also, who is bad mind or who is not bad mind, or who took away whose girl and all that kind of thing.
Well, that is bad and not too bad. But when you're telling about guns and stuff like that and kill people.
That is a bit dangerous, isn't it?
No, sometimes I went to Jamaica last year, and one of the sound system which I expect not to be playing certain type of songs. I'm not gonna call the sound system name. I'm not gonna call the artist name. But I was there in a weekly event, and I can remember I was there with one of my colleagues, Jazzy, and I heard that sound system playing a gunman song, and I stood up in the event and I was saying, is that sound system really playing that song? And my colleague was saying, yes. And I was saying, I'm not going to play that song. But to be honest, as I said, because of what going on around us now, basically I went to party, and I'm not going to lie, I have to end up playing that song because that's what people want to hear still. But I'm just saying, that's what the music gone to now. From then to now. So as a boy, I don't know.
I like your honesty, Andrew, when you say I'm not gonna lie still, but I'm slipping up for a couple.
No, we have to end up playing because people want to hear it. So we have to end up playing. But I was saying to the person, my colleague Jazzy can remember, I actually stand up and witness that sound, which I didn't expect to be playing that song. And basically everyone in the dance was boom boom. And I say,
Yes, Andrew, it is really a very interesting kind of observation and situation where we are now, which brings me to the point that there are major concerns at the moment among some of the stakeholders of our musical heritage. The issue is that dancehall seems to have turned into a pawn shop. Do you think that that is a fair observation?
Well, what do you mean by pawn? That's the thing. Is it nakedness you're talking about, or sex? Which one?
Well, nakedness. Well, all of the above that you just pointed out. So nakedness, as well as that word that you mentioned. Yes, and probably doing things that we consider should be confined to private spaces.
Well, to be honest, dancehall. You're talking about visiting.
Being in the space. Yes, being in the space where music is being played and everybody's dancing, and then things like those happen as well. I mean, do you consider that to be a fair observation?
I haven't seen it. So, if you're talking about like half naked, yeah, bikini and stuff like that. Yeah, you have got like bikini party and stuff like that. I would consider that being, because that been advertised on public TV. So, but
I get that bit, because that's kind of like for a select audience, and everybody who comes there would be expecting that. So to be honest with you, I haven't got a problem with that. I mean, when you have a dance where all kinds of people are in attendance, people probably don't want to see that kind of thing. They just really want to come, being in the midst of other people, and just enjoy some nice music. As we know, Andrew Freshkid is good at putting out there and, you know, really playing and, you know, saturating the place with that. So everybody's just in a kind of a vibe where you just feel really good. But then you've got all this slackness in there and the naked, half-naked people. And I mean,
well, as
what do you make of that?
I've played in party which it's promoted as an half-naked party or something like that. So that's a totally different, that's been advertised. So that's what you expect. But if you're telling me about like sex and stuff like that, to be honest, I haven't seen it in the spaces that I've been performing, so I don't know. I can't really comment on something that I haven't seen.
You've not seen. Well, that's a fair comment. But I read online something, you know, where, and what it is, it's about a prominent music selector that you may have worked alongside as well, expressing disapproval of the apparent pornographic practices that are taking place in the way people enjoy dancehall music in the dancehall space. And the issue of overstepping the line was mentioned, that people should understand where the line is.
Well, as I said, if I don't know what they classify as like overstepping the line based on what I've seen, because as I said, I've been to like carnivals. Plus, I've seen like soca fits and stuff like that advertised, and I haven't seen where dancehall is going on any worse than like these soca fits and stuff like that. So, if you've been to like carnival in Trinidad and stuff like that, even in London or even in Canada and places like that, I don't really know what to say still, to be honest, because in terms of dancehall overstepping, I've seen where it happened in soca fits and stuff like that. As I said, the sex thing, I haven't seen it, so I can't really talk about what I haven't seen.
Right. So all the racy kind of dancing, what do you make of that? I know you're comparing it to soca, so I might be losing here. I might not going to be winning this one, but I'll still push. I'll try for that, because one of the persons who was talking about this was Tony Matterhorn. And I'm just thinking, Tony Matterhorn is the man who gave us the dirty wine. So what is the dirty wine then? And compare when talking about, but he was the one saying that there's a line that should not be overstepped, which I'm very keen to understand what makes up that line.
That's what I would love to find out from Matterhorn himself. He's my friend still, but
He's your friend, right? You know what? You probably can link him up and let's have a chat with him on the platform here to see if he can shine some light on this, because I'm very keen to find out what characterizes that line, so that when people get to that point, they know, hey, you're getting into the danger zone.
If you're talking about going to like a club that advertise like, in Jamaican terms, we'll call it like go-go club. That's a total different thing, because you expect that.
I think that's a totally different thing. So, yes, and the go-go club, I think over the years they've actually kind of established themselves as something totally different
in the go-go club. So, as I said, we expect that to happen.
That's different.
Exactly.
That's different, because the music is not. Yeah, and the music is not necessarily talking about what's going on with the go-go bit. It's just kind of adding more to the environment and to the atmosphere. You see what I'm saying? So he's not really talking about that. But in some kind of the reggae records, you've got artists telling you what to do to the woman, and they're going to mash up this and ram up that, and that's kind of where we are with this.
They tell you the same thing in soca music. They tell you the same thing.
Talking for Matterhorn.
Even lovers music.
Right. All right, Andrew Fresh. I see where you go with this one. I'm never going to win this, so Right. You know what? There are several creative ways of introducing new music to the fans. A popular tactic in recent times is the money pull up. And I would imagine as a DJ, you are familiar with that kind of strategy. How useful do you think this is as a way of sharing new music with the public? Do you think it's quite effective?
Well, as I said, it's about entertainment. It's about pleasing my audience. I can't afford, just because an artist stand up over there, him and maybe a couple of his friends, and I'm just pleasing him and his friend, and then everyone left the party complaining, oh, Andrew just a play him friend them song, Andrew just a do this, but them don't know, because I've got money from that artist, I'm obligated to do it. Because if I don't do it, as soon as I finish play, or as soon as I'm leaving that dance, that artist will be on my phone. Yo, me give you my money, how you not play? You understand? I can't be bothered with that. I'm not in the game for that.
So it does work in a sense then? It does help the artist to get the word out?
Of course. They have genuine people out there doing it.
Oh, right. I get that. Well, that should give the artist a little bit of a leverage of the market, to be honest with you. A little bit of exposure that might help them to bust, if I may say that. Mm-hmm.
Well, as I said, good music, once it's good music and good and talent, you cannot hide it. So basically, if you think you have got good music and you're a good talent, perseverance is the key. Just continue. Maybe it won't happen like now, but we DJs, we know good music. Sometimes we are wrong still, but because there's times, even when you're in the studio and you may be listening to a track and you say, yes, this is the bomb. Maybe it's not. But as I said, just continue to persevere.
Right. But then I remember earlier in this answer, you said that you don't take money to play music.
No.
But why not? Everybody seems to be doing it.
Well, as I said, in this music thing, it's also luck. Yeah, you have to be lucky also, because sometimes, as I said, you think you have got the song and rubbish running the world right now. Somebody come with a rubbish, maybe. But as I said, it's not only the DJs. There's other means and ways, other platform means to promote your songs. Yeah.
Wow. But I'm just thinking with that, Andrew, I think you're in your case, what you just described, for some people would be a wrestle between their values and earning some money, some extra bucks.
No, that's what running the world. As I said, I'm not a radio DJ, so I can't really talk and there be still. So I only can talk from a dancehall DJ point, really. So, and I only can.
Right. So there are still people then, from what you're saying, who are playing music because they want to please the audience and not so much just to hustle.
Well, tell them for DM you.
Well done on that part, because that brings me to the issue of, because I've heard this from time to time, several artists have been saying that, they can't get their music played in clubs and dance halls because they have to be bribing the DJs to do that or provide some form of financial incentive. As a result of that, they can't get access to the market. In other words, access to the audience, because nobody's allowing them to take in their music and playing it for free. Isn't that kind of a little bit of injustice there? What do you think?
Well, no. Well, as I said, there's other means and ways. You have got even Instagram, which you can spend like I think sponsorship, spend £5, and maybe you never know, your songs will reach a different audience. You have got YouTube. I remember I was driving the other day listening to One Extra, and I can't remember the name of the Afrobeat artist. Well, I can remember that guy could actually look into the interview of Face and tell him, you wasn't the one who helped me to get here. Yeah? And he said, look, my YouTube channel, I've built my YouTube platform, and that's what gets me here.
Well, you know what? I think that will give a lot of the artists some hope now, knowing that you're saying, as a selector, you're saying that the social media platforms are very powerful ways of getting the music out there.
Of course. As I said, this means you pay £5 on Instagram. You reach, sometimes you see your sponsorship reach 20, 30, 40,000.
Right.
You don't know who is watching.
And then they find that music sales just start kicking off on the platforms.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course. I could name loads of artists that we DJs did not bust. Even art then. As I said, I'm not going to say rubbish running the world right now, but this song, Nico.
Yes. You mess up my life.
All right.
Right. It was the
that's just prime example.
Well, true. It was the missus who brought it to my attention, and I listened to it the first time, and I thought, what rubbish is that? I mean, a few minutes after, I was doing the dishes.
Well, Shaun, you say it's rubbish, not me.
No, but hold on, Andrew. You know what? A few minutes after, I was doing the dishes, so I was at the sink, and what came out of my mouth? Nico, you mess up. And I thought, where did that come from in my head to be coming out of my mouth? But, as you say, rubbish runs the world, and probably our minds are kind of, wired up.
And I'm sure that song get the fame from Instagram. That's where it started.
Right, Instagram. Right. Well, you know what, Andrew? I tell you what, this is really good information you're giving me, because I think I've spoken to quite a few artists as well, especially up and coming ones, and they have just been quite, bemoaning this, this long standing issue of not being able to fund their music to get it played on the radio, but and also for some of these selectors to play it.
No, because they need to try and build their own YouTube channel.
No, I can see.
And try.
Yes.
Don't stop promote.
Yes.
See, each time you're in Instagram or wherever you and tag your video to DJs, tag your video to people on a whole, not only DJs.
Right. Because
sometimes they are the one people by reposting your songs. That's how we DJs sometimes see the songs.
Right, but then again, if you can't pay to get it on the list, or pay, the DJ little thing around the corner, they probably won't even look at that. And then if you can't do the money pull up, then even though you tag them in, they see it, they listen to it, like it.
Shaun, there's times when I get to know song, maybe I'm scrolling through a girl Instagram, or maybe on Instagram looking, and I say, which song is that?
Yes.
And that's how I get to learn that song.
Right.
I'd go and download that song. So basically, there's loads of means and way of getting your songs out there. Not only DJs.
I like the way you say this, man, because it is really, because people are watching this, they're going to be getting so much inspiration from this to know that, well, you know what? I always thought that social media wasn't doing me any good. Putting my videos on YouTube wasn't getting me anywhere. Well, guess what? Andrew Fresh said, and if Andrew Fresh said it, listen, you're on it, because the man stays fresh.
There's plenty of songs that we get to know about those songs. It's not from the artist. It's maybe on YouTube or maybe on someone I'm scrolling. As I said, I'm scrolling through Instagram and I saw maybe someone dancing to that song, and that's how you learn that song.
Or you come across,
that's how you know
or you just come across
song.
Nico messing up somebody's life.
Exactly. That's how we know about Nico and some people. Right.
Does anybody?
I don't nobody tell me about it. Instagram, this is some girl I sing this song.
Right. So does anybody know who Nico is?
I like to know myself, you know.
Well, you know what? It's just interesting there. But Andrew, let's come to a sort of slightly more sobering, aspect of this. The coronavirus pandemic, it's really changed the game dramatically in terms of how music is consumed. You got live music now seems to be consigned to social media platforms and other live streaming outlets. Is this really working out for somebody like you?
Definitely not, because I haven't got a cash app. That's why. So
you need a cash app.
No, I'm not gonna do it, because at first, when this corona started, I did say I'm not gonna put up a cash app if I'm playing music. So I'm gonna stick to what my words.
You sure you're not too honest for your time, Andrew? You sure you're not too honest?
Maybe I am, but I'm gonna stick to my word. I won't do it. As I said, so there's people benefiting from it still, but I won't.
You must be a very rich man then. That you can't be bothered to earn them extra bucks from that. Those sources.
No, I'm not rich, but I can remember same thing. Rest in peace to my mom and my dad. Them always say put down something for really day.
Right. I get what you're saying. So how does that earn money?
Yeah.
How does that earn money, Andrew?
Well, I said we always do it for the people and collecting from them. So if I'm online, because even the other day, I went online and we done what we call like a give back. And big up to our sponsors, GL7, Soul Sunday, Dan P. Big up everyone who sponsored, play a major part in giving back to people. Like we done it. My co-host, movie star Johnny, big up the whole team from Jazzy, everyone who played the part. And like, as I said, there were so many people asking me to go on live, and in the end when we decided to do that, if it wasn't like giving back, I wouldn't be doing it. So I would done like a little charity thing which we give back to people in Jamaica. Quite a lot, quite a few thousand.
Well, you know what, you're setting the pace, man. And you see, because you're working with your heart and you're working with your value system, they are probably seeing how people are responding to you in this kind of way, and they feel like, well, you know what, let me do this as well. Because you know what, you might be doing it for a different reason, in the sense that that's just you, but they're probably promoting themselves that as soon as lockdown is all over and this thing blows away, and we can touch road again, as as Coffee said, when the lockdown is over, we touch road again. They know that when they touch road again, they'll be big, they'll be well known. So maybe that's why they're doing it.
Well, as I said, we have got, because once I decided to do it, there was people willing to come on board and to like give, for us to give back. So, and to be honest, once I've done it, because all 99% of these Cash App DJs that was doing Cash App, once I've done it, I don't know if they were guilty. As I've seen where quite a few of them said, look, they are doing charity give back also. So
well, you do it for the love. Well, it's really refreshing to know that there are people out there still, DJs and otherwise, who are entertaining people, who are doing it for the love.
Well, they may be doing it for the likes, as Chronic said. But we do it for the love. The online thing, I'm not really benefiting. I can't wait for this lockdown too. I don't know when still, but...
Yeah, we don't know when, because this thing seems to be digging its heels in, because the second wave seems to have come back with a vengeance, Yeah, he probably felt like, I didn't get enough food last time when I came the first time, so this time I'm going to make sure I pack in everything. So it's just really grabbing people all over the place, and, it's a bit sad, but, what can we do but try and stay safe, social distance as much as we can,
that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and make sure we stay safe. The wearing of the mask, I'm not too much of a fan of that, but you know what? If that's what is needed to keep people safe and keep ourselves safe,
that's what
you're
saying.
Yes. Controversial, isn't it? Definitely. Well, Andrew, you know what? Before we go, one last bit. The Grammy nominations now. I know those are coming through. You would have been watching the business, because that's kind of the sector you're in, and watching what records have been doing big things, what records you reckon people really liked to a great deal. Now, we've got the Grammy nominations. Those are expected to be announced in November. Now, who do you feel should make the list vying for the Best Reggae Album Award? Have you got any favourites? Anyone you think, well, that one did quite a bit of work?
I know, but I've listened to everyone, but based on what I've heard,
yes,
I think Buju new album,
yes,
definitely, and I think this girl, what's her name, Leela Ike, she have done an EP.
Yes.
I'm sure she'll definitely gonna get nominated still.
Right.
So I would say maybe those two.
Right. So you've got two that you probably feel very strongly about.
This girl Leela, definitely, she's creating a wave at this moment.
Yes.
So
right.
I'm sure.
But you've got lots of DJs in Jamaica who are trending. What? You're not giving them a chance?
DJs.
Well, you could get probably a few people laying bricks. If I may, hint any more than that.
Dancehall DJs or dancehall
Oh, sorry, sir. I needed to clarify that, Andrew. Thank you very much for, pointing out the need for clarification on this.
Yeah.
Well, the ones we're talking about, the ones who are the toasters, the ones who are recording music.
Yeah, well...
So the ones who might be packing up some bricks, and things like those.
I would love to see Dexter get a nomination, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But Dexter, definitely, the ladies, they will love him. Trust me.
But I think he's one of the big porn stars of reggae, isn't it? Of dancehall, isn't
Well, I don't really know about that.
You don't know about that, yeah. Andrew, I see you're trying to stay away from the mix-up, isn't it? The blender thing. You're afraid of the blades.
Well, as I said, I don't really know about that stuff.
All right. Well, you say you'd love to see Dexter get... anybody else that you'd love to see? So you're not a brick man. You're not a brick man.
Who are you talking about? That Skillibeng?
Yeah, you're not a brick man getting some brick and...
to be honest, Skillibeng, I like his flow. Trust me.
Yeah, right.
Trust me. He's definitely one of them that's created a bit of wave.
Right.
Why him have so many songs?
Right.
Only Cartel alone me say doing with songs. The amount of songs that he put out now.
Yeah, Cartel has been working very hard, and bless up to the world boss,
Yeah, man.
I mean, it doesn't matter what they do to the world boss, they can't really keep him quiet. The man is just a fighter. The man is creative. The man has got lots of music he wants to put out there, and he's doing it.
It's as I said, it's my opinion. He's the greatest of all time. I don't know, but that's my personal opinion.
No, I think, quite a few people say that he's very creative, and the way he's really
that's what I'm saying.
Moved dancehall in such a way that it was like a massive earthquake in dancehall.
He's just evolved with whatever going on. Trust me.
Yes, and he just shook up things away. That you've got so many kids coming up and younger artists who just want to be Cartel, and you can't knock the man for that.
It's true, man. Definitely.
Yes. So that's very good. Well, you know what, Andrew, it was really great talking to you, and I've learned so much from what you said, and you really clarified a lot of things. Now when I get, because I get emails all the time from different artists, young and upcoming artists who are saying, boy, the business is just locked tight, it's sealed up. So as a result of that, we can't get in, and I'm doing good music and it's not working out. So now I can give them some advice to say a man who stays fresh in the business says, this is a way that you could go.
And different means and different platforms. There's different means to promote you. Get your songs out.
Great stuff, man. Really, really liking this. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for being a part of the show. But before I let you go, I always like to challenge my guests to see how much they know. Yes, I do. And you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot, because you make a lot of big talk and everything.
Really?
And stuff. So, you made a lot of big talk, Andrew. So tell you what, I've got to see if you can back it up. If you back it in strong, Because some of them, the people, they're full of big speech and their back it is weak.
We'll see what happens.
All right, I don't want to hype it up too much, because I might get flopped, So I've got to play this one right in the middle.
All right.
So the questions, Andrew, generally come from this book, which is called Reggae Larger Than Life, the Ultimate Reggae Music Fun and Games Book. It's written by myself. It's currently available on Amazon, and also it's available in Jamaica at Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston. So check out Ashby's Pharmacy. You can just go pick up a copy. They've got lots up there, I can tell you that. If they tell you that they haven't got it, just send me an email and I'll tell you that, I'll sort it out. Good. Also, if you're an app person, the Android version of the app is currently available from the Google Play Store. All you need to do, just type in Reggae Larger Than Life Fun App. You download it, just have lots and lots of fun, man. So that's where we are. Right, so I've selected a couple of questions for you, sir. So you ready, sir?
Yeah, but I'm listening. I'll try my best.
But this man is bad. I'm just hoping that the ones I've selected, Andrew, they can keep you quiet.
I'll try my best still.
All right, so let's go. All right, the first question is, No Wanga Got was a dancehall hit for Norman Washington Jackson in 1986. What is Jackson's stage name? The options are Zebra, Professor Nuts, Tiger, and Josie Wales.
So we use that song there and kill Wally Sound already back in Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
That was Tiger himself.
Oh, Andrew, tell you what, I'm gonna dig deeper. Let me try again. All right, sir.
All right.
So, all right. I think you're as you say, you're part of the. Well, you didn't say you're part of the industry, the new industry that's growing in the dancehall business. But I'm gonna go a little bit about kind of redemption song at the moment. So let me try this one. Which reggae group has repeatedly implored the world to try Jah Love?
Try Jah Love.
The options are Inner Circle, Mighty Diamonds, Third World, and the Tamlins.
Almost third world, man.
All right, Andrew. You know what? I'm gonna invite you back on the show. You know, and you see that how you run your mouth off. I'm gonna invite you back on the show, and I'm gonna dig deep inside of this book because I know there's something in there that can floor you. You know.
Entire ready, Shaun, but I'm ready. I'm ready. We've been in it long enough still, so at least we should know those answer to those questions still.
Boy, I tell you what, Andrew, you're treating me like a sound system. You're just killing a sound and just killing a boy out. You know what? It's all right, man. You know, as I said, I'm sure you'll be back. You know, because a man like you have to keep you close and make sure we talk all the time. You know. So Andrew, thank you so much for that. But the questions were taken from this book. It's called Reggae Larger Than Life, the ultimate reggae music fun and games book. Currently available on Amazon. Also, it's available in Jamaica from Ashby's Pharmacy, 160 Old Hope Road in Kingston. And if you're more of an app person, the Android version is available from the Google Play Store. Just type in Reggae Larger Than Life fun app, and you can download it and have lots and lots of fun. So Andrew Fresh, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
And thank you for having me, Shaun. Enough respect, and call when you're ready again. I'll be here.
You're still pushing it. You're still pushing it. All right, well, I'll pick up the challenge. Well, it was really great fun we had there talking with Andrew Fresh, and he's one of the ace DJs right now and music selectors. He's spreading the culture of reggae and dancehall music all around the world. I see him all the time on social media playing music in Canada, in Ibiza, in Ayanapa, you name it. They know that as long as they've got this man on the show, then they're on to something very, very big. So thanks so much, Andrew Fresh, for being a part of the show. Thanks too for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, to share, and leave a comment so we know how we're doing. Until next time, this is Shaun Cain saying thanks for joining. See you soon.
Bog Walk, something.